Today I am going to compare and explore Beach Bonfire by Razzleberries. There are supposed to be 9 villagers who are mobs that have dialogue. A small world composed of a beach little town with a few residences or beach houses, a lighthouse, and a general store. Various secrets that are somewhat hard to discover for me. Here are some beach cabanas. This is the original spawn point, although not the original day. Sunday is the last day in the game. The lighthouse, the pier, and one of the main characters. Auntie Anne, another main character. And here is the overall town. I am in game settings. I am going to temporarily switch to creative. I will most likely switch from creative to adventure several times. I have made myself an operator. I do not like ugly worlds. I like worlds that look nice. I do not want friendly fire. I do want to show coordinates. I do not want anything exploding this lovely little world. Do not want mob grieving. I don't particularly want additional mobs spawning. I don't want creepers or other things like that distracting me. I have started here. It has automatically put me back into adventure mode, so I will stay here temporarily. This seems to be the home base. Note that there is a place to come back to and a button. This button will elevate what looks like carpet here into a bed. I'll ignore that for right now. Go downstairs. The problem with adventure is that it takes so long to do a video to process the whole game. Here is Auntie Anne. So I will right-click on her. I am in a Lenovo laptop in Windows 10. Click once again, see if we can repeat it. Good morning, so on and so forth. Go to the beach. Convince as many residents as you can to join the beach fire on Sunday. Okay, so I will leave and go to look for some of the residents. I have done this game several times. I have never reached a satisfactory conclusion, which I find extremely annoying. I am going into this house, upstairs to the balcony where Charlie is. Notice the inventory is empty. And now Charlie has provided a letter into the inventory. Charlie wants us to deliver the letter to Aofie, A-O-F-I-E, and if we don't deliver it, he's not going to come to the party. The next step is to find Aofie. Aofie is near the pier. So we will give the letter to Aofie. I clicked again because she did not acknowledge the letter the first time. Is this a letter, a love letter? What is wrong with you? Okay, so she wants sand dollars. We have to go find sand dollars. And the trick is to try to get 10 sand dollars on the first 1 or 2 days before a storm comes a few days later. A storm will happen in a few days later, and then she will want and demand 30 sand dollars instead of 10. You must stand on the sun dollars to pick them up. So I have found that I have to pause. I am checking the nooks and crannies in these edges, because if there are 10 possible, I don't want to miss any before the storm. And 10 will not likely be possible just on this first run at the beach, but on the next day we may be able to find more. Nine to go, 8 to go. Five more to go. Okay, I know there won't be any more sand dollars on the beach from previous attempts at this game, so I'm going to do as much on this Monday as I can on this day. John, he's just chats but doesn't give us anything. Here is Kate. Watch the inventory carefully. 3 packages have appeared, and we have to deliver them to Larry, Ann, and Charlie. So we will do that next. Ann is going to be the closest. What I don't like about Adventure is that for it to work, you are much more limited than you are in Creative. Give the package to Ann. She just makes a comment. So let's go out and deliver the other packages. Back to Charlie. Charlie is the red package. Oh, I think I know what this is. My stationery supplies. Nothing much to do about that at this point in time. Let's go find Larry, the lighthouse keeper. There is a lot of back and forth across this beach in this game. Welcome to the island. Anne is having a party. Thanks for the invitation. I'm not interested. Oh, a parcel. Thank you. Give my regards to Kate at the store. So let's go and give our regards to Kate at the store. Hopefully she will say something that makes sense. This game is somewhat out of whack and does not always make sense. But if the clues are as stated, Larry said, give my regards to Kate. So that is what I'm going to do to see if I can have a satisfactory conclusion to this game, that everybody comes to the bonfire. Oh, you delivered all the parcels. Thank you so much. I am looking forward to seeing you at the party. Yes, that makes sense. So we're in good shape with that. Next, try to find the sand dollars. And there may be none. We may have to go back to the spawn point, push the button so that we can wake up on another day. And so that is what we will do. I don't see any sand dollars on the beach. They will only appear in a certain time sequence, and this game requires that you progress through the days in order of the adventure game, as stated, not in a creative way. Tuesday. We have already accounted for, okay, storm is coming. We have already accounted for Kate coming to the party. We have not yet accounted for all the sand dollars for Aofi to come to the party or bonfire. So I will do that first to see if there are any more sand dollars on the beach on Tuesday. Yes. 1. If we can find 5 right now, she will agree to come to the party, and then we won't have to delay and have trouble and difficulty by needing to find 30 when they come up so piecemeal. This game does not seem to work if you go into creative mode. Get sand dollars from the nature items and just give them to Aofi that way. It seems to want you to go through this process of picking them up from the beach. Yes, the 5th one. Okay, hopefully we'll be in good shape with this. I'll make an appearance on Sunday as promised. So now we know that Aofi will go to the party. I think there is really nothing else that can be done today. Oh, we can go up to see Carl, the lifeguard, just to be sure we get his response. He is pretty much an easy response to get. Just have to be sure to go up straight. He has already agreed to go to the party, but he's going to be on watch at his lifeguard station, and maybe we'll go and get some cake. Now back to the house. I did not activate cheats for this game because when I have used my own settings, I don't know if that has what has been part of the problem with not being able to get some of the final people to the party. I have not been able to get Odd John to agree to go to the bonfire. And there is also a couple that will appear on Saturday, and they disappear on Saturday night. So I'm trying to play this game as intended. Larry will have his work cut out for him. I hope he's all right up there all alone. Here is our clue. Larry is all alone. She's worried about him. Let's go check on Larry. Don't go do anything else. Go straight to Larry. That is the work of the day on Wednesday. Larry, the lighthouse keeper. In creative, I would teleport instead of doing all this running around. This is a lovely little world. It is not a huge world. It's very charming. And now Larry is not downstairs. We have to go. And I will tell you what Larry is going to say. He's going to say he's running out of oil for the lamps at the lighthouse. So we have to go to the general store, General Kate. Terrible storm. Can't leave it alone. Go to the general store and ask for General Kate for some lantern oil. Bring it back here in a hurry. These lanterns, I think, are not glowstones. I think they are redstone lamps. Because sometimes they are not on. Glowstones do not turn off. One of my reasons for making this video is that it will make more about the game visible to people who may want to buy the game, so that they actually know what they're getting before they buy it, instead of having to do everything by trial and error. Watch the inventory. We now have oil in the inventory. Goodness, the weather is terrible. Larry needs some more lamp oil here. I am using Screencast-O-Matic to video this game. I have tried to keep the background noise and sounds in Minecraft turned off. I do not like the noises in Minecraft. Some people may enjoy them, but I do not. I find them quite annoying. So now that Larry has the oil, he ends with, perhaps I do spend too long, he will go to the party. So he will show up at the bonfire. I don't know if we've been back to Charlie to get his acceptance. I better go back to Charlie. It would be nice if the developers would be able to actually put some waves, like stormy waves, in the aquatic portion of this world. You deliver the letter. Tell me, how much did she love it? She isn't interested. Maybe she just doesn't like it. I'm going to go there and meet her in person to try to convince her. So now we know that Charlie will go to the party. That still leaves Odd John and the couple that you have not yet met, who will not arrive until Saturday. So there's nothing else that can be accomplished today. In previous attempts at this game, I have collected some extra sand dollars on the beach to try to give them to the couple that arrive on Saturday, but they did not pick them up. That did not work. So I think there may be a true glitch in the game, but we'll find out on this version. Oh, let's see. Okay, it just was sluggish. This game is lagging today. It's Thursday morning. Let's see what Anne has to say. Village is quite messy. John has a lot of work to do cleaning up the seaweed. He is the town's odd job man. John will be over here. This time, John's comments will make sense. See the seaweed? Haha, needs clearing up. You can help if you like. Come talk to me when the boardwalk is cleared for some plot progression. And I can tell you now that it is extremely annoying that after picking up all this seaweed, I'm going to go quickly here and pick up some of it. But I can tell you, even after cleaning up all of this, John says the same thing over and over and over. I perceive this to be as a true glitch, a bug, or lack of attention to detail in editing this program. So I know that I could spend more time and waste a lot of disk space on this video cleaning up the rest of the seaweed, but another storm is going to come and wash away the seaweed, and no matter what I do, if I kept cleaning it up right now, John is going to keep making that ridiculous repeated statement that is extremely annoying, and I do not feel like being that annoyed. So hopefully the programmers, the developers, will fix that so that John makes sense. He can be odd, but he should make sense. Stuck inside because of the rain. Beach bonfire party in just 2 days, keeping my spirits high. I wonder who will show up. Well, we still need to find John. And maybe he will be somewhere today, and maybe he will not. There he is. I'm combing the beach today. Someone has to make sure it looks nice and flat. The waves make their own patterns too, which makes me feel like a creature from the sea. Okay, now here is what I think. Is this another glitch? Is this why in previous runs it has been so annoying that I am not able to get John to come to the party? I will try to pick up the sand dollars on the beach. I have tried to do that before and tried to give them to John and to the couple that arrives on Saturday, and that has not worked. I repeat, not worked. So my question to Razzleberries is, if I am supposed to smooth out the beach and make it flat, or am I not? Is smoothing out the beach and making it flat? If that is what is supposed to be done, it is flat. So I suggest redoing that dialogue for John so that it makes sense and does not give me a nonsense clue that makes no sense. Odd John can be odd. He can say ha ha and make little silly remarks. But I do not want to have a wild goose chase for something that will absolutely not work. That is a waste of my time, and I have spent a lot of time on this game, and a challenge is one thing, but mission impossible, because the challenge and the clues in no way have a chance of working. No, that is not acceptable to me, and so I would like to know, one way or another, what the problem is here. I am not new to discovering problems in Minecraft games. I am typically a first person to report problems in some of these purchased games at the Minecraft store, which some people call mods and other people call add-ons. I call them purchased worlds or purchased items from the Minecraft store to avoid confusion. So I have been the first to report several issues with several developers and several games that were indeed true glitches. Occasionally one or two other people had reported before, and the developers were aware that these issues were known issues. And I am suspecting, after about 4 or 5 days of work on this game, I think the developers may need to pay attention to what I am saying, because I think it's here we go again. They think they have created a perfect little game that no one has yet discovered what I am dealing with. Hello there. Why are you visiting us? What, beach party? We're only here for a day. Say, how about my wife and I take a tour? Oh yeah. Lead the way. Places to visit. The general store, your house, and the lighthouse. Okay, the trick here is to look behind you. I would like to see if they are following me. I do not like having to turn and see if they are following me. Evidently, that is the only way that this is possible. They are following me. I don't know. They seem to be satisfied, so let's now go to my house, which is the original spawn point. Charles especially gets stuck, so I keep looking back to be sure he is there. I have already contacted Sparks at AdventureGames, who is with Razzleberries, about issues with these two people. Where is Charlie? And I don't know if Charlie lagging behind is an intended challenge, or where you take us next. Thank you for showing us around. We still have to go to the lighthouse. So I don't know if the issues with Charlie are intended as a challenge or a true glitch. From the developer, I have learned, and this is what the developer sent me in Twitter, I'm afraid this is an issue with Minecraft's inbuilt path finding system and not something I can fix. He only got stuck twice during my testing, and I was able to nudge him out of the fence block. He gets stuck in areas where there are curves, and I also have been able to nudge him out. But if you want to have this game work, you will have to spend some time nudging him out and being sure that he is following you, frequently looking back and taking extra time. If you encounter this problem, I suggest that you contact the developer, Sparks at AccidentalGames in Twitter, and also report it in the bug report to Minecraft, because as the developer has said, the developers can't fix it. It is something that Minecraft Mojang will have to fix. Now, don't be surprised if Mojang responds to you to contact the developer. This is typical of Minecraft and Mojang, and it's also typical of things that happened. We have just had another recent update to 1.6 in Minecraft Better Together or Minecraft Bedrock, and that may also be part of the problem. I have been challenged enough. If it is a true glitch, that is even worse. If it is a true glitch, that should have been detected in trial runs on all of the cross-platforms in Better Together for cross-platform play, and not just on an Xbox, not just on an iPad, not just on a cell phone, not just on a laptop or a computer. Anything available for sale at the Minecraft store as part of a Better Together or Bedrock game that is supposed to be cross-platform should be thoroughly tested. Charles is still there. Charles is with us. I'm going to go all the way in. Charles is here. They're here. Now we are going to go back to the pier. Let's see if Charles gets stuck again. I do not like having to turn back. I think it would be nice to be able to see them. He's there. Is he in the process of lagging? He has caught up. He frequently gets stuck in making this turn. This is the most common place where Charlie has gotten stuck multiple times. Let's see what happens. He seems to be coming along nicely this time. So far, so good. Note the blue beam. I missed this beam during this run of the game, and that is why Meredith and Charles do not show up at the party. My next question is, do they have to go all the way back onto the pier? Or can they be just near the pier? In previous versions, they tend to stop near the pier, but not on the pier. So I will try to get them. Okay, Charles says that's enough. I must be going tonight, though. Let's see what Meredith is going to say. Holidays are over so quickly. Back to the humdrum, I suppose. She's going to keep saying that over and over again. So here is the biggest challenge. Is it a glitch? What do I need to do to make them change their minds? I know on Sunday, Odd John will appear underneath the pier. Let's check and see if he's gone there now. No, he doesn't come out till Sunday. And he talks about going to the changing house. So, if I go to the changing house, I'm going to get some mumbo-jumbo. You feel yourself changing. You can't quite remember whether the sun is a sphere or a cube. Somehow this thought doesn't manage to bother you. I suppose some people will enjoy that. I don't particularly enjoy it. I will try to give sand dollars to sand dollars. Does not work. They just keep saying the same thing over and over. In previous experience, nothing works. So I am guessing what will happen this time is that they will just disappear. A boat does not actually come for them. We will just, or I will just, go back to the bed so that Sunday can come. I have now been doing this for over 37 minutes, which is a very long video and takes up a huge amount of disk space. Notice that Anne has disappeared. Anne will now be on the beach. And the settings and props and blocks for the bonfire are in place. There's another sand dollar. I will pick it up in case John will accept it. I always check over here because there sometimes is a sand dollar there. There's a nook and cranny sand dollar. Another sand dollar. There is Odd John. Let's see. I have the sand dollar in my hand, but I don't think that's going to make any difference at all. The changing room, I walked into a room once and came out a changed man. That changing room sure is something. So that is the clue to go back to the changing room. For what? You feel yourself changing. You're changing every day. Every person you speak to, every smile you hand out makes you something new, changes all around you and within you. Okay, so now that I have changed, maybe I can change people around me. Let's see if we can change Odd John so that he will say he will come to the party. Nope, he says the same thing. With nothing in my hand, he just says the same thing over and over, and this I frankly do not enjoy. I think this is poor editing. As I said before, there is no couple here. Let's party. You have been teleported to the beach. Speak to Annie Ann to see your score. Who do we have here? We have Larry. We have Aofi. We have Charlie. We have Kate. We do not have Odd John. And we do not have the couple. Auntie Ann says we have 6 over 10. Meredith and Charles needed to stop, or I needed to stop with them at the blue beam and stop and wait. Just wait until the dialogue emerges, and that will solve part of that problem. When they get back to the pier, you still have to bring them back to the pier, and they will indicate through their dialogue that they are going to the party. If you wait, and there is one other person, Lucy, who has a cabin in the woods that I did not account for.